Hey guys, look how big Fuzzball's getting. Holy cow. Hey, Fuzzy Ball. Welcome to the farm this evening. I did not get out here this morning with you guys. It was chilly. I moved the cows and didn't do a live stream. So we're going to do it right now. And it's chilly right now. We've got a probably about 15, 20 mile an hour gust hitting right now here in North Carolina. And it's just nippy, just a bit of nip in the air. It's supposed to be down to freezing tonight, so I've got a couple water hoses I need to drain as soon as we get done with the live stream here. Good fresh cold water. Also my weather station. We're going to go check the weather station I've got down here in the yard first. Look at how green the grass is this time of year. Pretty awesome. Look at how tall my shadow is too. This is the front yard right here, and boy, I wish I had this kind of grass all over the whole farm. We'll get there. This has got a 4-year head start. So this looked horrible. This has a 4-year head start, and it has a lot of chicken manure on there. So it's going to be chilly. Congratulations to one of our fans today. K9 Striker just found his dream property and put in a bid for it and won it. So congratulations to you, brother. Happy for you. I'm gonna check my weather station because the wind is blowing, but for some reason this thing isn't performing appropriately. Now maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. This is a Logia weather station, and the simple fact is they don't last forever. You see that? How it just stopped? Something's going on in there. I don't know. Maybe the bearings are out of that thing. I've got one more in the shop there, and it's been up there for 2 years, something like that. And it's just started to give me little bitty hiccups, little problems. So, gorgeous evening here on the Stony Ridge. What did I just step in? Huh. That's weird. I stepped in a hole. Didn't know I had a hole in my yard. So I moved the cows. If you guys follow the channel, I was rolling hay out to the cows and they were back in behind the house. I have since stopped rolling hay out and I moved them down here because they were not happy about that hay at all. They did not like it. This evening we're going to move them. So they've been in here, in this paddock right here, gobbled all the grass up. We're going to move them to the next paddock over right there, and you can see them all bunched up down there. They're ready to rock and roll. They're ready to move. It seems that when the grass gets the worst, the cows get the fussiest. Just is what it is. So this is our winter stockpile forage, and it's quickly diminishing, quickly going away. But we planned for it. So that's why we spent so much money on good quality hay this year. So hopefully we can maintain the weight of our cows all winter long as those baby cows do so well in their bellies. Awesome. So we're going to go down here to the water real quick. I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can see where we're headed. We're a little bit early on the live stream, but it's getting dark on me. So I figured I better get out here pretty early. You can see, first let's look at the grass. Let's look at where we're at. So everywhere you see a tuft of grass is where there's a manure pad. So we're getting into the time where I'll be hooking up the drag harrow and I'll come out here and drag all these manure pats out to help feed the land. Basically, it will just scatter all of the manure out throughout the pasture. And as it rains in the wet season here, that will feed our land and turn this into that. That's what we're shooting for. So let's get a little look at what overgrazed pasture looks like. So this is where we were, and this is where we're going. There's some good clover, fescue, all sorts of good grasses, cool season grasses in there. And that's where we're going to go. These girls will be super excited. This paddock could actually be split into 2 paddocks, potentially even 3 paddocks if I wanted to. But we'll just let them chow down. 41 in North Georgia this morning. Yeah, it's chilly right now. My hands are cold. It's about I'm gonna say it's probably 46 degrees right now and windy. Should have thrown on my Stony Ridge farmer gloves. This is what the farm, so let's talk about this rock. This is one of the gigantic rocks that are underground right here on the farm. This rock was about that much taller. In other words, soil is gathering around this section of rock right here. In other words, I'm taking hay and I'm rolling it out and I'm piling it up right here, and eventually this rock will be completely covered. Keep following the channel. Over the next few years, that will be completely covered by manure and biomass here on the farm. So all this that you see was a gully washed area of forest where the cows are right now, and it's taken it a little while to recover, but it's doing the best right in here. And there's actually a spring that bubbles out of the ground right over there, creates a little wet spot. So that definitely does the grass a few favors. This is a spot I need to clean up. It's a dogwood tree right there, but again, a rock shelf. So I'll come in here with the Woods BH100 backhoe, and I will flick all these out, load them up on the dump truck, and take them to places on the farm that they need to be. Most likely ponds, because we can take these and dump them in the pond, and it'll make great fish habitat for our catfish and our bass. So that's the idea here. So I'll pluck out the ones that I can pluck out, and then we'll start rolling hay bales out on top of this, and we'll put mulch on top of it, and we'll put wood chips on top of it, and eventually this will just be a rolling little hillside. So that's what we're doing. Morning, girls, or evening, girls. 5 inches of snow in Missouri. Yeah, it's getting cold. That Fix It Guy's in the house. Brian, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Brian's an Air Force buddy of mine. Happy belated Veterans Day, brother. And we're going to disconnect this critter. Set this to the side. You guys aren't ready to move, are you? You're not ready to move, are you? Okay. They know it's time. It's moving time, right? Okay. Well, here we go. Come on, girls. It's moving time. Let's get some good grass. Yeah. We haven't seen 18 run that fast ever. Come and get your grass. Right up. Coming right up. It's dinner time, girls and boys. Awesome. Yeah, come on. Oh, the best grass is way up there. You guys don't need to stop here. I can see a difference in the cow's body structure after literally 2 days of being back on grass versus eating that hay. We've got a leak in the water tank here. Right there. You can see that right there. I've got to change the valve in every single one of these mirror fount tanks because there's too much water pressure. The water pressure valve that I have is a low pressure valve, and I've got to put the high pressure valves in place. It's a little bit on the frustrating side. It takes about 35 minutes to do one valve, and all the valve system is right in there. If you don't know what this is a freeze-proof or frost-free water tank. It's insulated water tank right there, and the cows basically push that ball down to drink their water. And that's the overflow holes right there. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and move our fence back, and then we'll go visit the cows. See what these girls are up to. You can see they're already scattered all over the hillside here. Oh, goodness. I think they're starting to understand that wintertime is upon us. And we're not going to be getting the most delicious grasses for quite some time. Okay. So this is a bungee, an electrified bungee cord, okay? That's what that is. And we're going to go ahead and hook that right over here on this post, which closes off the paddock that the cows were in. And in the morning, tomorrow, I will move them into here, and I'm actually going to open that gate and let them graze around the pond. That's the cool little curiosity we'll show you. So stick around the end of the video here. This will be a short live stream. We'll probably only be on for 25 minutes or so. We're 10 minutes in. So now this line is hot. You can hear it popping. Got to be kind of careful and not get the snot shocked out of me. Okay, we'll go right around that pole. Take this critter right here. There we go. And I can see it's touching the pole there. Okay, so we're good there. And the cows have access through here to the water. So that's pretty simple stuff. Now, this cannot touch. So I'll hear it pop, pop, twist it, bam, good to go, bam. That's what my show I like to watch. You guys ever watch Roadkill Garage or Roadkill on the Motor Trend Network? It's one of my favorite shows to watch. Kind of gives me inspiration for my little hot rod projects I've got going on. And there's Sweetie. Hey, Sweetie. You ain't having none of me today, are you, girl? Sweetie was laying down earlier and I got to rub on her belly. That was pretty funny. Scott says, hey, Josh, it's a good idea to get that water tank done soon before it freezes and the cows go ice skating. They'll be fine, dude. They'll be fine. The ground temperature is not cold enough to freeze, but we'll get it fixed. They'll be fine. They will be fine. All right. Hard to believe this is one of the calves from this year. Look how big that guy is. He's a big old boy. His belly is completely stuffed. It's crazy how they just fattened up super quick when I put them out here on this grass. Pretty wild. Number 10, we'll show you that real quick. We got one cow that's a little thin. Number 10, which is Susie. And she's a little thin. I think that's her right there. Let's go up there and check her out. So what I do, we don't do any worming of the cows. We don't do any medications, no steroids, no grains, no GMOs. It's just cows on grass. But once in a while, we'll have a cow like this one that we need to keep a closer eye on. Okay, and that's not her. She's too fat. That's number 12. That's Mona. Let's go find number 10. You'll see number 10's a little bit thin right now. That could potentially be a parasite load. I do have a microscope and I can look at these animals' manure and analyze it and see if we have parasites in their manure. And if they do, then I will treat them. And I'll treat them with a dewormer. It'll be ivermectin. Pretty commonly used, and it'll be a pour-on ivermectin. Now, you guys see what these really wonderful smart animals are doing right now? You know, we lost a calf to acorns the other day, and then here these guys are eating acorns again. There aren't as many acorns here as there are at the other, up there at the other section of pasture, but there are quite a few. They shouldn't be eating that many acorns, and that's what got the calf. You can see the ground still is pretty covered with acorns. Plenty of good grass in here, and these knuckleheads, you guys need to get out of the acorns, okay? There's two schools of thought. Let them all come over here and eat acorns. That way there's competition, or run them off the acorns and get them back on grass. The only one I'd be really worried about is this little guy here, the youngest one. And I don't know, that acorns are just, they just love them. I guess it's like candy. Well, let's see if we can find our thin cow. And they put on weight already in the last 2 days. These cows have put on a ton of weight. There she is. Okay, so this is Susie, and Susie's fattening up already, but you can see, we'll talk about condition, you can see a little bit of Susie's rib right there. Run away from me that way. That way I got to chase you. You can see a little bit of rib on Susie right here. And you can also see a little divot right here where she's just not really chubby in her rear end. Now she's still a big old fat cow, and this grass will fatten her up good. But she's the one I have my eye on as to whether I might need to check her manure. And if I need to do that, I'll just kind of follow her around a little bit until I see some manure come out, and I'll get a sample and throw it on the microscope. Check it out. Pretty cool stuff. It may have been that balloon you found, so it may have been, but I very seriously doubt it. I think it was from everything that I've read, but it very well could have been. It could have been a combination of the two. That calf was pretty bloated when I grabbed her, or when I found her. So pretty bloated. Here we go, Stony Ridge Farm. Let's go ahead and get our Stony Ridge Farm rock pickup for the day. Set that guy right there. Get that on the way out. It's a little too cold to hold it in my hands while we're doing the live stream. So they're all going to chow down here all night long, and I'll move them again probably around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Where we're going to move them to, I'm going to take you over and show you exactly what I did. I fenced off the pond down here. They've gotten to where I can just about trust them anywhere I put them. And we're going to get probably 3 or 4 of the bigger cows, and we're going to put them in this next section tomorrow. We'll walk down here real quick and show you. The good thing about dragging these pastures after the cows have grazed through them is that it turns up any of the rocks and stones that I'll need to pick up. So we'll go in right behind the pasture drag, and we'll go through and pick up stones. Just part of farming. I had a friend of mine, my friend Steven from Australia, was here the other week, and we picked up rocks for about half a day. Great dude, great help on the farm. And he said, you know, mate, if you had to do it again, would you find a place that had less rocks? I told him, if you saw this place before I started picking them up, you're not even seeing the rocks. So the answer is no. The answer is I would do exactly what I did. There's no better move I've made in my life than following this dream of starting a farm. So look at the grass here. This is what we're going to put them on right here. Okay. This poly wire will be electrified. It goes all the way down and all the way around the pond. Okay. We'll probably see this tomorrow morning or tomorrow around lunchtime on the live stream. It goes all the way down around the pond, keeps the cows out of the pond, across the dam, over to that tree, and right over there. Okay. There's an open spot in the fence right here and a little creek right there. I'm going to have that fenced off too, so the cows cannot get into the waterway. However, they can get in here and chow down on this awesome grass. I wish the whole farm looked like this. I mean, look right there. We've got some plantain, we got fescue, we got some wild grasses in here. Really wish the whole farm looked like that, but it doesn't. And they will gobble this down. This will be a mind blower. Tune in to tomorrow's live stream tomorrow, the next day, and we'll show you how much they mow this down. They will go through this grass so quickly, super quick. Okay. So for some reason, my phone seems to have a mind of its own. I get questions all the time about what that is. That is a Tartar Farm and Ranch Super Duty mineral feeder. It has a salt block in it, a mineral block for the cows. And let's do my due diligence. There's another rock, and there's a hole over here that needs to be filled in. We'll start filling in that hole with rocks right there. Not a good thing. See that? Groundhog, and it's starting to collapse. There's another one right here. This is where cows can get hurt. We'll fill those holes in with rocks. Okay. In fact, as soon as I get done on the live stream, that's what we'll do. Jennifer says, I hated getting the rocks out of the garden. My stepdad made us get every single one out when he tilled it. Well, let me tell you, that's character building right there. I remember being a kid and working with my dad and my mom in the garden, and we'd have to do the same things. Pick up rocks and throw them in the back of the wagon, and we'd take them and dump them in holes that needed to be filled on the farm. Just part of it. You know, I miss that. Kids don't get that kind of bonding experience with their family. Getting a load of firewood up with the family, working together, even if it's getting out here and just picking up rocks. It's good character building. I mean, it really is. It builds my character. Hi from Columbine, Colorado. Awesome, Douglas. Nobody likes picking up rocks, but you can make it fun. Awesome. Michael Blum says he's leaving the house. Steven's property search going. I'm not too sure. I talked to him today, but I think Steven's looking for a place here in North Carolina, potentially. So flag is waving, looking good back there. That flag needs replacing bad, and I will replace it very, very soon. It does need to be replaced pretty bad, and I'm going to get a light on it. If you have a flag and it's supposed to be out overnight, it's supposed to be lit. Them's the flag rules. So we'll do better at doing that. But it is pretty tattered right now. And I know I have a stash of like 25 replacement flags, but I can't seem to find them. Scott says, hey Josh, remember to tell you that inside your shipping container, you can put less than a half a bucket of regular rock salt, and it might take the moisture out. Scott, we're talking about gallons of moisture. When I put wet oak boards in there, we're talking about a lot of moisture. So, and I most certainly, I don't want to put salt in a steel building container. What I really need to do is get some power up there and get a dehumidifier, and that's it. I have a street light that does that. No, I don't know, Gary. What you talking about, brother? Your pine would make a beautiful postcard. Thank you. We'll probably get together a calendar at some point on the farm. I just don't have the time to do it, guys. It just takes so much time to manage and build this place and to create the content that I post on social media. It just takes a lot of time to do that. Believe it or not. Some people don't respect that as a job, but I'll tell you what, if it takes your time, it's your job. Okay, that's it. What have you done to get rid of the broom sedge on certain parts of your farm? So if you look out here, there's still a little bit of broom sedge here, but just unrolling hay bales on the land has helped correct the pH of the soil. That's what you got to do to get rid of it, is correct the pH. So that's it. Oh, the flag. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess the street light counts, Gary. Now I know what you're saying. What have you done to get rid of the broom sedge? Yep, so that's it, Antonio. I'm just letting the cows graze. And what comes out of the cows is pretty much pH neutral, which helps to heal the land and get rid of the broom sedge. So, Steven or Christopher, no trespasser issues for the last little bit. So that's good. That's a good thing. I did see a couple strange vehicles go down the road here the other day, but they did not go into the farm. They went down, turned around, and came back. So, well, guys, this is sunset here with the cows. Everybody's doing great. Farm is gorgeous. Gonna have a good freeze tonight, which is a good thing. We're ready for some cold weather here in North Carolina. It's awesome. Misty said, I was just watching some of your older lives. So you're the one. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is it. This is Sunset with the Cows. I appreciate you all joining me here on the Stony Ridge Farm. Hopefully tomorrow's live stream will be sometime around the lunchtime. between 10 and noon, and we'll get out and we'll open up the gate and we'll let probably 4 or 5 of these cows out of the main pasture, out of the perimeter fence, and over there into the area that we just showed you, right by the pond. So should be fun. Guys, thanks a lot for joining me. Beautiful day on the farm. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Thank you. Take care.